Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Dora Petrova. I'm an Egyptologist, a researcher and a storyteller. Here on Dory of the Nile, we explore the echoes of the ancient world. One myth, one papyrus, one whisper at a time. Today, I want to take you into one of the most powerful and beloved stories of ancient Egypt. The tale of Isis and Osiris, a tale of love, betrayal, loss, and the hope of rebirth. Much of what we know about this story comes from a Greek writer named Plutarch, who lived over 2,000 years ago. He recorded a version that had already been told for centuries in Egypt, passed down through temple walls, funerary rites, and sacred songs. But in this retelling, I want to bring it to you like a storybook, gentle, poetic, and timeless. Something to listen by candlelight or under the stars. So take a deep breath. Let's return to a time when gods walked the earth and the Nile carried not just water, but memory. Welcome, traveler of time. If this story stirs something in your heart, a like, a comment, or a quiet heart emoji tells the wind of the algorithm that this voice is worth hearing. Subscribe and help this small channel to grow so more echoes from ancient Egypt may rise again. Long ago, when the Nile still whispered the first names of gods, a king ruled the two lands with a just and gentle hand. His name was Osiris, and wherever he stepped, the earth gave fruit. He taught the people to plant, to build, to live in harmony with Ma'at, the balance of all things. At his side stood his queen, Isis, wise beyond measure, healer of hearts and mistress of magic. Together, they brought peace and plenty to Egypt, but not all were content. In the shadows of the throne stood Set, Osiris' brother. Where Osiris brought grain, Set brought sand. Where Osiris gave laws, Set whispered ambition. His heart was fire and storm, and it grew envy, and so he devised a plan. Set crafted a chest, polished like the stars, shaped like a man. At the royal feast, he presented it to the guests. Whoever fits this chest, he said, may claim it as a gift. One by one they tried, one by one they failed. Then came Osiris, laughing, trusting. He stepped inside. It fit him perfectly. Before he could rise, the lid slammed shut. Set sealed it with iron nails, and silence fell like stone. Set cast the chest into the Nile. The waters carried it away, and the world grew still. Isis, upon hearing, was struck with sorrow, but she did not collapse. She rose. Draped in mourning, she wandered the earth, following the currents of fate and wind. Far away, the chest washed ashore, near the city of Byblos. There, a great tamarisk tree grew around it, its roots wrapping the box like arms. It became tall, fragrant, and unlike any other. When the king of Byblos passed by, he admired it. He had cut it down and brought it to his palace, not knowing it held a god. They made it into a column to support the throne room. Meanwhile, Isis arrived in silence, veiled and grieving. She sat by the fountain, saying nothing. But the queen saw her and felt a strange kindness. She brought her into the palace. Isis served as a nursemaid for the royal child. Each day, halls grew calmer. The baby thrived. At night, Isis would stand before the column and weep ancient prayers. And when the moon was full, she sang a song so old the stone remembered. The tree sighed, the column opened. There lay Osiris, untouched by time. With great care and quiet dignity, she took the chest and returned to Egypt. But Set had not given up. In a moment of rage, he stole the chest again. He tore the body into 14 pieces and scattered them. He thought he had won, but Isis would not yield. With her sister Nephthys and the jackal-headed Anubis, she lit torches and searched every field, every marsh, and every cave. One by one, she found the pieces. Where she buried them, temples would one day rise. When all was gathered but one, Isis used her magic, the breath of words, the rhythm of memory. She stretched her wings over him, and for a single sacred moment, Osiris returned. He would not stay in the land of the living, but he will not fade into silence. Osiris descended into the Duat, the underworld, not as a shadow, but as its sovereign. He became the judge of souls, ruler of eternity. At his side stood Isis, eternal guardian, the light in the dark. From their union came Horus, child of mourning, but of hope. Hidden among the reeds of the Nile, he was raised in secret, watched over by gods and stars. One day, he would rise to face Set and restore the throne. But that tale is for another time. So Osiris did not die. He became something greater. A promise, a path, a king of stars. And Isis did not weep in vain. She became every mother's prayer, every healer's hand, every whisper in the wind. Their story lives on in stone, in spell, and in the silence. Because love, when true, is never lost. It simply takes a new form. If you felt the power of this ancient tale, leave a comment below. And if you'd like to hear the story of Horus and the battle for Egypt, don't forget to subscribe for the next legend. I am Dora of the Nile, where the past speaks and the future listens.